Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Vidane TV. What a better way to cure what ails you than a little bit of iRacing action here tonight. 3 days, 5 shows, and we're kicking it off right here with the Liberty Racing League, bshow.info, bringing us this 80-lapper here at Talladega Super Speedway. Take a look at that big, sexy image right there on the front of your screen, right in the middle of your face. Dr. Race Chaser, easy enough for me to say, jumping on board here with the Liberty Racing League, sponsoring the Hard Charger each and every week. Last week's winner chose not to take that $10, said let it roll, double it up, double or nothing here at Talladega. $20 for the Hard Charger here tonight. Have to put a qualifying lap up to make sure you qualify for the race and qualify for that little bit of a bonus. Brought to you by Dr. Race Chaser. But Kyle Young jumping on board here tonight, taking a peek at the Facebook page. He's already 16 races in. 16, it's the first week of February. This man's been to the racetrack 16 times already. Check him out. Definitely going to hit 100 tracks this year, 100 races this year. Kyle Young over on Facebook, over on over on Twitter, Dr. Race Chaser. Great supporter, great friend here of ours at Vidane TV and with the Liberty Racing League. How about this grid, though? Let's take a peek at it. Taylor Lasowski with the pole. Fastest lap there in open qualifying. 83 car going to park it on P1. James Marin at 95. Going to start on his outside. And you can see everybody kind of lined up 2 by 2. Little Taco Bell action down there. I love that Taco Bell car. Little Martin Truex throwback paint scheme there. Love Taco Bell, too. Big fan of them as well. Kevin West in a 17 car. Very fast last week. He's going to start P3 as they start to roll. Wesley Hogue, very fast last week. Caught up in a couple of incidences. Mid-race and then late race once again, and ended up joining us here in the booth last week. Still trying to get that first win here of the season with that 38 Camp. Leon Keniston in the 933. Jason Foskey right in behind, starting 6th. Jax Duvall in the 84 car. Right outside, going to be Don Ashton starting 8th. TJ Floyd, Michael Hicks going to round out the top 10. And you can see that grid going past you on the front of your screen. Donovan Gerald in the 24 car starting P13. Anthony English in the 44. He's on his outside. And lots of cars here at Talladega. 29 cars taking a qualifying time. Looking like 28 of them on track right now. Everybody but Dallas Stewart in the 000 down on the, check that, Randall Carr. In P99 back there, shotgun on the field. And we've seen these drivers all the way throughout the season here. Doesn't really much matter where you qualify. Yeah, it's good to start up front. Yeah, it's good to have that first or that last pit stop, the first choice, all that good stuff. But, man, the action's been all the way throughout the field here at these super speedway races. These guys have been putting on a heck of a show here for us on Tuesday night. And it's not going to end right after this. We're going to get the Turn 4 podcast post-race show where we talk to the top 3 finishers here in this one. And then just a little bit after, usually about 45 minutes or so, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, 2 races to go in the Kartplex iRacing Series, Winter Series. And that's going to be a lot of fun. A little Mazda Miata action at Lime Rock Park coming up later on this evening. But before we get there, we got to get through this Liberty Racing race, and man, oh man, is it going to be a good one. 80 laps on the docket. Lasowski down on the bottom side, Mayer the 95 up on the high side. There goes the pace car. Down to the safety of pit road, going to grab himself a corn dog and a Coke and fire up the YouTube app on his smartphone. Do a quick search for Vidane TV. He's going to watch the racing action here with us. Man, oh man, am I excited. Long green flag run dominated the first half. Last week's race, we will see what happens here this evening at Talladega. We wait till we get all the way down the bottom of the raceway, all the way down to the end of the front straightaway. Green flag flies. Barney in the flag stand says, go, go, go. And indeed, they go. The 83 car gets a little bit of a hop, but relatively even throughout the field. Everybody 2 by 2 all the way through, looking like about 12, 13, maybe 14 rows back. 95 car of Meyer going to drop back just a little bit on the outside. You can see the 38 car of Wes Hogue already to the back bumper. You can bet he's going to be very aggressive here in the early going. Wants to get himself a win to lock himself into the playoffs. Already pretty much pointed in as the 38 car has gone through. Had some decent runs throughout the season, but not quite having the finishes that he wanted to. He wants to get that championship belt. And man, if you haven't seen that championship belt, shoot on over to Facebook, do a quick search for the Liberty Racing League, and it'll pop right up back at the beginning of the season. we had that belt debut here on Verdane TV live on the Slam Drafting with Liberty Racing podcast show, and that was pretty cool to see. Beautiful championship belt there. But how about Wes taking the bottom side, holding on to it in that 17 car? The 83 car moves up to the high side. He's going to try and pick up that 95 car and the 38 of Wes Hogue. The 95 there, pardon me, of James Bear in that 95 car. Still getting recovering just a little bit here from some kind of sickness. COVID or whatever the heck it was. Doing a lot better. Still a little bit raspy. Still a little bit on the not 100% side. So bear with me, folks, but we're going to get through it here together. Working a lap number 2. Lasowski down on the bottom side. He's going to move up to the top side once again. Get in front of that number 95 car. Try and block. Not necessarily block, but try and lead both lines and see which one of those cars maybe going to be a better pusher here later on in this one. Doing the homework early, so he knows what he's going to do that last lap here at Talladega. Once again, got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on a Tuesday night. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the broadcast booth, Verdane TV's coverage of the Liberty Racing League. bshow.info bringing us 80 laps here at Talladega. Dr. Race Chaser jumping on board with that Hard Charger Award as well. The highest qualified driver that finishes the race with the most points or positions gained, rather, gets a, not only do they get $10, but they get an extra $10 from last week, rolling it over, doubling it up. So that's a lot, a cool little bit of the bubbly there from Kyle Young at Dr. Race Chaser. Again, 16 races in already this year. So it's going to be cool to watch Kyle go all across the country and follow the short track scene. Very cool to see. Very knowledgeable as well. It's always fun to listen to Kyle do some commentary or even just talk about racing. Very knowledgeable. Lots of information in that zone piece of his about the drivers, the tracks, the cars, everything really. So if you're looking for a really good perspective of someone that really watches, really understands, and really can dissect racing and short track racing, shoot on over to Dr. Race Chaser on Twitter and on Facebook. Kyle Young, very knowledgeable about the short track scene. Gotta tell you, every time I talk to the guy, very impressive. Good friend of here of mine and at Verdane TV, and I hear tell we might be getting him in the booth here a little bit later on this season, potentially, allegedly. We'll see what happens. Spoiler alert. And in any sense, 5 laps down here, 75 to go. Lasowski still holding on to that lead, doing a pretty good job up on that high side. Steady as she goes here at Talladega. You can see the sun starting to kind of get to the point where it wants to start setting, and that's one of the cool things here with the iRacing service. Dynamic weather, dynamic lighting, dynamic track surface, everything changes. It doesn't necessarily say stay set, stay easy enough for me to say, holy cow, stay static, like you've seen in racing games in the past or simulators in the past. As the race goes on, rubber builds up on the track, the temperature changes in both the air and the racing surface, and the weather changes. Clouds go by, it gets warmer, it gets cooler, the sun changes position in the sky, so you'll see that start to happen. You can see the shadows kind of pointing off to towards the outside there, pointing to the left side as we see them come down through here. That's going to change later on throughout this race. May very well cause some issues with some glare in at these drivers. You can see a little bit of cloud cover here in at 3 and 4. Sun kind of getting covered up, but once we get back down to 1 and 2, it looks like the sun pops back out. Just one of the cool little details here that the iRacing service has in the service. Definitely check it out. 40% off all new members at iRacing.com. If this is something you wanted to check out for yourself, every one of these drivers here on track, they're racing from their computer, whether it's in their bedroom or their garage or their race shop or wherever it may be. Everybody's hooked up with a steering wheel and pedals, and everybody's getting after it here, trying to win themselves a race in the Liberty Racing League here on a Tuesday night and get themselves qualified for the 16-car playoff, which you'll only see those 4 races right here on Verdane TV, by the way. But anybody making that playoffs has an opportunity to race it out for that championship belt. We saw that custom championship belt a couple weeks back on Slam Draft Racing here on the Facebook page. Shoot on back to the Facebook page, Liberty Racing League. Do a quick search, hit a quick follow, quick like on that stuff, and you'll be able to take a peek at that championship trophy. And man, oh man, it's very, very cool, very unique design, and it's something we've done here in Verdane Racing a couple of times here. Ian Plash winning one of the inaugural Verdane Racing championship belt. It's a wrestling style championship belt. Richard Beasley winning one as well. A little mashup series between Verdane Racing and Sim 500. And Jarrett Boyard in the field here tonight. He's got himself a Verdane Racing championship belt as well. The only driver racing this season here in Liberty who has the opportunity to hold two wrestling style championship belts from Sim Racing, which I think is a pretty cool feat. And it's a very unique way to show that these drivers, who's boss, who's on top. And here in the Verdane Racing, here at Liberty Racing, here in the sim racing world, the cream always rises to the crop. And right now, the 83 on top in the lead. No, check that. The 95 on the outside, getting a little bit of momentum, trying to chalk up down there. And, well, he's going to take some of that momentum and move it himself down to the bottom side. Going to slide right up in front of the 83 car. And how about that push now from the 83 down on the bottom, trying to break away just a little bit. Nope, he was getting himself a run to try and get his teammate, Rowdy Wesley Hogue, in that 38 car to get on up to his back bumper and make that high side work. There you see Kevin West in the 17 down on the bottom side, getting a good push on the back bumper of the new leader, Meyer, in the 95 car. The 84 car of Duval trying to close up in on the action here as well. Taking a peek at timing and scoring, 27 cars looking like still up in this main draft, working lap number 9. One car a little bit further on back. John Ballou, two-time winner here this season so far. He is lost the draft, might actually be in danger of going a lap down here momentarily as we try and take a peek and see if we can find him out there on track. There he is in that 9 car. All by himself. Not really sure what happened to the 9 car of Ballou, but back here by himself in danger of going a lap down. As you can see, the entire rest of the field up here pretty much lined up 2 by 2, about 10 rows deep, and everybody else still kind of tailing on that bottom side. An 8th in the race down here at this point. The only other driver not on track right now, that was the 0 car. Not seeing out on track here at this point. So 28 strong here in this one, crossing the stripe, getting ready to start lap number 11. Green flag all the way through so far here this evening. A little bit of 3-wide action further on back. You can see a couple of drivers jumping on up to the high side. TJ Floyd, the 49 car, going the wrong direction, though. Not quite enough momentum up on that high side this early on to try and get anything to happen. You can see a couple of drivers kind of sliding on back there towards the back. They're going to tuck back in on what technically right now is the middle line. Now you can see it's the high line as Duval jumps in there. But taking a peek, seeing early on here in this one if they're going to be able to get up to that high side and make a little magic happen. We've seen that top side come in many, many times here. You talk to our buddy Ashton Reiki. Every time he's up here in the booth, I think that high line's going to come in. You bet your bottom dollar it's going to be coming in here at Talladega. We'll see what happens as we get into it. But there you see the 83 Lasowski going to jump up on the high side. Just kidding. He's going to hold on to the middle groove. 95 American to tuck in behind him. New leader Kevin West. Rowdy Wesley Hogue now kind of stuck on the outside up in that third groove, going back in the wrong direction. Just looked like he was going to try and make a little magic happen, and unfortunately, nobody went on up there. So 933 now of Leon Keniston going to lead the high side to the stripe here. It looks like he's going to hold that momentum and get himself a lap lay. There you see the 933 going to get a little bit of that action. Good, clean super speedway racing here at its finest here with the Liberty Racing League. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. Be sure to give us a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know you're watching. A little bit of entertaining iRacing action here on a Tuesday night. And we got a little double-double action going on. A little double-double single. I don't know, is that a thing? Here this week, packed card here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here tonight. As you're watching the Liberty Racing League, bshow.info. Bringing us 80 laps here at Talladega. Coming up later on tonight, the Carplex iRacing Winter Series. Going to racing the Mascamiatas at Lime Rock Park. That's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch tomorrow night. Tim's Corner Motorsports. Myself, Dylan Langile, going to be hosting the show. Timmy's out and about, so he's giving us the reins to the show. Going to be a lot of fun. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Special start time for that tomorrow. Right after that, following it up, the RBR Maritime group. Ernst Enrique going to be joining me in the booth for some Oxford action. The Rise of Fabrications 150. Those guys are putting on a heck of a show on Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, 8:22 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, it's Step Night in America, New England, Pennsylvania. iRacing Shift Marketing and Design Grand National Series at New Smyrna Speedway. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Great to be calling a race at New Smyrna Speedway once again. If you've been following along here for the past two and a half years or so, New Smyrna Speedway kind of helped us out, get things off the ground here at Vidane TV during COVID times. We worked with the track and had some great local sponsors jump on board here with us, and well, they couldn't do the World Series of asphalt at the racetrack. It couldn't get to the racetrack because of COVID restrictions. We did it live here with iRacing on Vidane TV, and you can check out all those races back on that YouTube page. And you can get all of our races, all of our shows on demand. Do a quick search for Vidane TV. It'll pop right up. Make sure you get it on that smart TV as well. So it's pretty cool. Four or five car breakaway here, starting to get a little single file, but you can see we're still trying to sort it out about mid-pack on a back, 3 wide as we see it. A couple of cars making some big moves. Jared Bolliard, there you see in the 97 number Toyota, the Bobby Anderson machine, the number 18. Both of those drivers plus 11 from where they qualified, so they would technically, nope, Jared Bolliard, as I say that, they just kind of keep moving up the field together. But a couple of big movers, 12, 13 spots gained for Jared Bolliard, Bobby Anderson. And you can see everybody down on the bottom side trying to hold on to it. And you can see snaking through, trying to find the best draft here at this point. One of the things we got to keep in mind is the potential for some green flag pit stops. A lot of times we'll see a couple of drivers try to get down towards the bottom, towards the back of the pack, peel off just a little bit early, try and take advantage of the shortest pit stop time at that point. Saw that kind of pan out last weekend. Had a couple of quick late race cautions to jumble up the thought process on some of the drivers here. But as we get into it, probably going to have to end up making maybe 2 pit stops for fuel in this one. And we know these drivers like to take tires as often as they can, especially here on these super speedway races, especially here at Talladega, one of the fastest tracks here on the circuit. Especially one of the super speedway races. Lots of room to maneuver all the way through the racetrack, and you can see these drivers trying to make the best of it here, trying to get up towards the front. But when everybody's on such a quick pace like this, everybody's lined up bumper to bumper to bumper, really hard to make any kind of moves, really hard to make any magic happen. Oh, we got a car blowing up in the front, one of the leaders blowing up. That's going to be the 95 car of Mir. He's going to blow up, go down to the bottom side of the racetrack, and they're wrecking. Bobby Anderson wrecking big. 24 car up there involved as well. Caution flag gonna fly. Man, oh man, what a tough break. That is gonna be something we're gonna have to keep an eye on throughout the rest of this race. 18 laps in, no damage. That 95 car said kaboom. Gonna take a peek at it here on the U-House Racing Design instant replay. We'll get it all backed up and see what the heck happened. So we'll back up to U-House Racing Design instant replay. This is going to take a minute, folks, here. There's a nice kind of wide angle shot to show us where we're at, but where I'm concerned is on board. And we'll listen in. The 95 car all over the back bumper of the 83, crosses the stripe. There you see. Backs up a little bit. There you heard it. It just went kaput. That is a tough break for that 95 car. And you can see this is what happened after the fact. 18 car getting a big piece of that outside wall. Drivers seeing someone go down on the bottom side. They don't know at that point if they're wrecking. They're trying to check up. You can see the 12 kind of gets in to the 52 car here as that smoke starts to fly. And that's tough at these high-speed racetracks. At these high-speed racetracks, you see smoke up in front of you. You're not really sure where to go at that point. And you see a couple of drivers trying to get towards the get through the mess, and unfortunately didn't quite make it. A couple drivers going for the same piece of real estate, and there you see the 18 car getting some big time damage there for Bobby Anderson. But what this does, pit stops, opens it up for everybody, and you can see all the leaders coming on down pit road. It is going to be a race to get the 4 tires on that car, get that thing jam-packed full of that Sunoco race fuel. And what this does, 20, 40, 60, this kind of breaks it down into a three pit stop race. So you see Lasowski driving past the pit stall just a little bit. Going to cost him precious seconds. The right side of the car going up. It comes back down there. You see Kevin West, 2 tires down and away. 83, a lot of these drivers getting 2 tires. But man, oh man, Lasowski driving past the pit row, having to back up just that little bit. Cost him 4 positions. He's going to restart here in a P5. Everybody else going to lined up here in behind, and you can see just kind of a couple of drivers maybe getting some repairs done, getting a little bit using that quick repair action, trying to get themselves ready to rock and roll here. 60 laps to go, 20 down, 60 to go here at Talladega. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. Give us a like, a subscribe, a share. Let your friends and family know you're watching a little bit of iRacing action here. Shout out to Monto watching over on the Twitch. He just got a double-double from In-N-Out. I'm not sure what that is, but I want one. Beautiful shots here brought to you by TrackCams22.com. Custom iRacing cameras for the iRacing service. We use them at all the oval tracks here, the big oval tracks that are on the NASCAR circuit. And you can see a couple of drivers peeling off pit road. They're going to top off. Rick Seburn's down there, David Overstreet, Anthony English, Alex Giffen, David Watts, James Mayer back on pit road, Matt Swope, Michael Carpenter, Freddie Durstock Sr., Elliott Swope, all those Warrior Apps cars down on pit road. They're going to top off. That might be a good move because we saw here that these guys were able to put together a 20-lap green flag run. That's kind of how we started last week's race. We saw 2 sets of green flag pit stops in that 60-lap green flag run. We'll see what we can do here throughout the evening. See if we can get one of those long green flag runs. Take a look at up at the front. Kevin West in the 17 car. Going to hold on to the lead. TJ Floyd, great run for him in the 49 car. Going to restart second. Wes Hogue up in third. Michael Hicks up there as well. Taylor Lasowski is back in the 5th position after sliding through the pit stop just a little bit, inches past that line. Leon Kennison going to restart in 6th. Jax Duvall up in the mix there in 7th. Jarrett Bolliard in the 97 car restarting 8th. 13 spots gained on the night, but it's got Michael Rogers right on his outside, right behind him rather. In that 99 car, 18 spots gained from where he qualified this evening. Don Ashton right outside the top 10. Jason Foskey holding on to that coveted 10th place spot. Getting ready to rock and or roll once again here at the Talladega Super Speedway. Liberty Racing League's action here with the bshow.info, bringing us 80 laps here on the docket. And you're watching it live on Verdane TV. We got ourselves a little bit of time before we get all the way down that long front straightaway to get to that start-finish line. So it gives me an opportunity to let you know we got a bunch of stuff coming up here in the Verdane.net merchandise hauler. Lots of new projects in the works here for 2023 here at Verdane TV with our marketing and our research and development department. Yeah, we've got one of those. Hard enough for me to say, but research and development department. Lots of cool stuff coming up here. Going to be doing a lot of work on the product here at Verdane TV, and with all the t-shirts out there and spreading the logo, spreading the brand, and helping us out, buying the t-shirts, buying the sweatshirts, the hats, all that good stuff. Letting everybody know you're watching Verdane TV really helps us out, really helps us get to our bottom line. Verdane.net. Use that promo code LIBERTY, LIBERTY, 10% off at checkout, and lots of cool brands over there as well. A little bit of a sloppy start up there for that high side. TJ Floyd doing everything he can in that 49 car to try and hold on to it, but there just wasn't anybody there. It looks like everybody trying to get down on that bottom side as quickly as they can. They know that bottom side is the quickest way around this racetrack, and with that 38 car up on the high side, that tells me right now that Wes is watching the broadcast on the YouTube phone, on the YouTube app on his phone, because as soon as we said everybody's getting single file down to the bottom, Wes jumped up on the high side. The 83 going to go down in the bottom side. The 49 of Floyd going to go up the middle. Wes is going to slide on back. Stuck on that high side once again, trying to make a little magic happen, but nothing really there. 40-83 car is going to tuck back in, and these drivers starting to kind of drift up on the high side, almost seeing a pattern where drivers are jumping down to the bottom side to kind of get up through the gears, get up to speed, and then they kind of look and see where they could potentially maybe get some momentum or some teammates or someone to work with up on that high side. Now you can see that third line trying to get some action in it. Lesser in the 38 car holding on to the lead on that top side. The 97 of Bolliard right in behind him. Lasowski, though, leading the bottom side. He's got 3-4 cars single file in behind him before they start to double up. TJ Floyd in the 49 car leading that middle group. And there you can see one of the big things we talked about earlier on is that the sun is starting to set there. A little bit of a glare now, it looks like, for these drivers as they get into turns number 3 and 4. And you can see those shadows starting to get longer on the racetrack. That sun's going to be set down behind the stands here momentarily, well, as we get a little bit further on in the night. And that's going to be something that's going to affect these drivers just a little bit. It affects the air temperature, the track temperature, the surface, and how these cars handle. You can see the 3-car of Foskey, big time damage in the back bumper. Trying to make it 4 wide. TJ Floyd up on the high side. Didn't think that was going to work. There's a little bit of a bumper to bumper to bumper to door to door to door. Not quite clear down 4 wide on the front straightaway. And, well, that didn't work. We'll back that up on the U-House Racing Designs instant replay and take another peek. See what happened. Bring out caution flag number 2 here on lap 24. And we're going to take a peek at this one here. A little U-House Racing Designs blimp action. Look at this. Focus in on the run. TJ Floyd going into turn 1 and 2. Big run coming up the middle. Bright green car there. And you can see Foskey kind of maybe almost tries to go up high. Doesn't quite make the decision. 49 says, all right, I'm going to go all the way around the outside. And 4 cars trying to take up that much real estate there coming out of turn 2. Not really enough room for all that to go down. And you can see a lot of cars slamming on the brakes, trying to get through this one. Couple of cars getting turned around, pointed in the wrong direction. But there you see black smoke coming out of the back of the 49 car. Big damage. He's going to come down pit road and might have himself a little bit of a quick repair. But he may have very well used it there in that last caution flag. We'll take a peek here as he gets up to the attention of his crew. Easy enough to see those guys. Look at that bright green. How about that? And there you see a quick repair. Could get some tires for the 49 car, TJ Floyd. And going to rejoin the field here. So tough break, losing a lot of track position. Going to wreck from up in the top 5. But you got that quick repair. And now you really got to be careful because You only get one of those in each one of these races here at Liberty Racing League, and once you use that quick repair, after that, you have to actually go through and fix all the damage on the car, and it takes quite a bit of time there. So, seeing a couple fake outs up front, couple drivers staying out. Michael Hicks, or check that, Jax Duvall, Don Rashton, Leon Keniston, top 3 drivers stay out on track. Everybody else coming on down pit road, being led by Michael Hicks in that 76 car. Foskey's down there, Overstreet, Gerald, McClellan, West English, Seabrins, Giffen, Ballou, Rogers, Durstock, everybody else coming down pit road. A couple of other drivers staying out on track. Looks like Randall Carr is going to stay out on track there. Bobby Gibson in the 28 going to stay out as well. And Anthony English in the 44 car getting a little bit of that action as well. Wes Ho going to win the race off pit road, rejoin the field in 7th, it looks like. And you can see these drivers really not taking too many tires, not doing too much as far as repairs or anything like that, but they want to make sure that they've got enough fuel to make it to the end, or at least try and take advantage. They don't want to take, they'd rather come down pit road, top that gas tank off, and to use that time as much as you can. That way, if you do, in fact, have to come down for a quick little splash and go under green flag conditions, or getting ready for a green-white checkered or anything like that, you'll have the opportunity to get down there and not have to put just as much fuel in there. So a lot of drivers trying to plan ahead and taking a peek. 84 car of Duval going to hold on to it. Big Chief in the 84 are going to hold on to the lead for right now here at Talladega. Down and away goes the pace car once again. Going to get it ready to take the restart here for lap number 28. The Big Chief, the 84 car, down on the bottom side. Jax Duval going to hold on to the lead. Don Ashton in the 52 up on the high side. This is going to be interesting. Green flag flies once again, racing here at Talladega. Here, bshow.info bringing us a little bit of action here at Talladega. 80 laps on the docket, 28 of those laps down. Couple of quick cautions here throughout the first little bit of this race, but relatively good racing here. Good long 20 green flag run. And one of the things I'm really starting to notice here with these different camera angles as this race goes down is the weather, the sun, the clouds, everything. You can see the lighting kind of changing here, and I'm wondering if that's actually affecting the race cars here on track as much as I think they are here. Because you can see that's every once in a while you'll get a big cloud kind of going up in front of the virtual sun there, and it blocks out some of that light. It's going to cool off the track, cool off the temperatures in the air as well, and affect the handling of these race cars. And you can see that bottom side pretty well put together for about 8 cars deep down on the bottom side. Everybody else up on the high and middle groove, kind of trying to look for a teammate, look for someone to kind of work with, do a little bit of that drafting with. And at this point, so you see a couple of drivers trying to take that shot up on the high side. And there we go. We're racing here. The 29 car going to jump on up in front of the 52. Little 3-wide action. The 9 and the 9 and the 38 rather. High, wide, and handsome. Wes Hogue trying to make it back up towards the front. He's got his bumper set, locked on the back of two-time winner John Ballou in that 9 car. 62 there in timing and scoring. We saw Ballou was back in the back of the pack earlier on in this one, and a great recovery all the way up here now, battling for the lead up on that high side here on lap number 29. 2x2 all the way through the top 10 cars, double file, and you can see everybody else looking for position throughout the rest of this one. Oh, getting up to the lead in that 38 car, going to hold on to it on that bottom side. John Ballou still on the high side in that number 9 car. Won himself a handful of races earlier on in this season, but the 38 car still winless. Hogue very hungry, wants to get himself locked into the playoffs the hard way by getting himself a victory. He's got the 84 Duval right in behind him, tucked up on his tire tracks. There you see the 933 of Keniston in the mix as well. The 29 Alex Giffen having a great run, 8 spots gained from where he qualified. Running in fourth, Leon Keniston, we mentioned up there. Don Ashland, the 52, in there as well. Michael Hicks in the 76, quickest Toyota so far here this evening, up in the top 10. Bobby Anderson, good recovery for the 18 car, up in the top 10, running in 8th. Bobby Gibson in the 9th spot. Michael Rogers right in behind him. That 99 car started at 28th, almost dead last on the field, and that 99 has worked himself all the way up inside the top 10. Good run there so far for Michael Rogers in that 99 car, and he's holding on to the bottom side for right now. The 24 car right in behind him, a Donovan Gerald. Great paint scheme, awesome paint scheme there, a little realtree action for that 24 car. Jared Bolliard right in behind him. We saw him get make a run up towards the front, hooked up with Wes Hogue in the 38 car, pushed themselves all the way up into the lead there on that high side, and thought a little bit better of it. Going to be back just outside the top 10. You can see trying to kind of mind his P's and Q's and stay out of trouble here for the first part of the race. Anthony English there in the 44 car having a good run as well. James Mayer, a little bit of a recovery happening back up to 14th after that earlier incident. Rick Seabrins in the 4 car. Nick McClellan back in here. So everybody's still in this fight for the majority here. Everybody kind of single file a little bit further on back. There you see David Overstreet in the 46. We got Busch Light and a little tilted kilt action. I like it. Overstreet up on the high side in that 46 number Camaro, and trying to get that Busch Light up to the front. And this guy looks like he's got the tilted kilt girls on the bumper of that car. If I was that Taco Bell car, that's probably where I'd want to be. If it wasn't leading the race, it's probably where I'd want to be. Taylor Lisowski way back here in 18th. Kevin West back here as well. Derek Mann, and you can see the Warrior cars all lined up. Look at that. There's like 6 Warrior cars lined up between, let's see here, 00. They're all chasing the 00. Michael Carpenter, Freddie Durstock in the 7, Maxwell, Elliott Swope, Jason Foskey in the 3 car back here as well, flying the American colors on that car. The 54 car, another one of those Warrior wrap cars. That's going to be David Watts, TJ Floyd back here as well after running some laps up in the front. And speaking of the front, there you see it. John Ballou in the 9 car wants to make it more wins in that column. Another +1 in that W column. He's going to slide on down in front of Wes Hogan. Hold on to the lead for the time being. Close to that halfway marker here, working the lap number 38. You can see Ballou still down on the bottom side, has himself a pair of wins so far this season. The 38 car, the Cobo Hannon ride of Rowdy Wesley Hogue, holding on to that second spot for right now. Don Ashton in at third. You can see the 52 car up on the high side has Bobby Anderson there in the 18 car with him as well. The 29, Alex Giffen, holding that middle groove. How about that? He's got the 76 right up and behind him. Michael Hicks giving him just a little bit of a push. Jack Duval check that. That's TJ Floyd recovering nicely in that 49 car up in the mix as well. Bobby Anderson there. TJ Floyd, Bobby Anders, Leon Keniston. As timing and scoring gets all sorts of jumbled up as they are 3 wide for 3 rows crossing the stripe there for lap number 39. The 29 of Giffen going to take over the lead. Looks like Hickson's going to try and follow him down there in that 76 car, but didn't quite have enough of momentum to get down there. The 18 of Anderson going to tuck up in behind. There's a big move up to the high side of 38 of Hogue. It's going to kind of separate that high line. Baloo all the way up into the outside wall there on that high side. 76, big push now onto the back bumper of the 38. Going to slide on down into the lead right in front of Giffen in the 29 car. Wes Hogue back to the point. .38 car holding on to the lead as we cross the stripe for the halfway point. 40 down, 40 to go here. The bshow.info, Talladega 80. Here, Dr. Race Chaser throwing a little money in the pot, doubling up last week's pool for the Hard Charger Award. Going to be $20 for the highest finishing, for the driver that gets the most positions here. And you have to qualify, put a lap up in qualifying. Looking at it quickly, Bobby Anderson right now, P3. P2 now in the 18 car, has gained at 20 spots. He's passed a whole lot more than that, though. Involved in an early wreck in that 18 car. Had to drive all the way back up through the field with that after using that quick repair and having a great run of it here so far. Holding on to that top side right now. The 18 car leading them down to it, but right now they're all chasing Hicks, and the 76 Hogue tucked right up in behind him. And man, oh man, Dr. Race Chaser jumping on board with that sponsorship of the Hard Charger Award. Be sure to check Kyle out over on Twitter and on Facebook. Dr. Race Chaser 16. A little insight in the short track racing world. Talk to my buddy Kyle, Dr. Race Chaser. Give him some love on Twitter and on Facebook. 41 laps down. A little bit less than that to go here. Wes Hogue trying to get back up towards the front. He has worked with probably every driver here, I think, inside this top 10 to try and see what it's going to take to get him up to the end, up to the front of the pack here at the end of this race. You see the 29 car going to push as much as he can on the high side, slide on down just as soon as he got clear. And you can see the 18 of Anderson going all the way up to the top side, little 3-wide action here now. Touched that outside wall just enough to scuff it up, make a little bit of smoke, and going to keep it pointed in the right direction. We stay clean, we stay green. The new leader, the 29 car of Giffen, going to hold on to it. Hicks right in behind him. The 84 of Duval is there as well. TJ Floyd having a great recovery from an earlier incident, running in fourth. The 933 car of Keniston holding on in line as well. But man, oh man, take a peek at that 38 car. Oh, TJ Floyd sliding all the way back on timing and scoring. You can see it looks like he got forced below the double yellow line here and getting down into turn number 3. Just going to let the field by, try and rejoin the field here. That is a tough break for that 49 car, losing a whole bunch of track position. Back up front, though, 3 wide. How about that? Giffen holding on to the bottom side. 3 wide for second. Wes Hogue up in the middle. He's got the 52 in behind him. Anderson all the way up on the high side with help from Baloo. The 76 car of Hicks doing everything he can to try and keep Giffen in the 29 car in the lead. But 3 wide for 2 rows on back, 3 rows. I don't know how that math works out. Lots of cars all over the place here at Talladega. Great racing between these drivers. Hicks down below the double yellow, gathers it back up, though. Doesn't pass or advance his position, so is able to hold on to it. But how about that? The 18 car, Anderson, going to slide into the lead, maybe temporarily. Wes Hogue, big run on the outside. He's got Baloo in behind him now, and, well, now they're going to try and sort it out a little bit. 52's trying to find himself a place to belong in that line, and it's going to kind of split that 3-car back up just a little bit. And you can see Hogue is trying to lead, trying to get everybody kind of organized on that top side, because you can see as they kind of scramble for that position, the bottom side really starts to take off. There you can see Anderson, wrecking in the back, mid-pack, huge wreck, big wreck. 2 cars around, caution flag's going to fly. Elliott Swope in it, the 42 car coming to a stop there just at the end of pit road. Caution number 3 going to fly here on lap number 44. So we'll back up the tapes here with the U-House Racing Design Instant Replay. A little bit of 3-wide action, it looks like here. We'll take a peek at it from the blimp and focus in on that 42 car of Elliott Swope. And you can see from the blimp, it's everything A-okay, everything kind of single file here at this point. The 99 trying to make a little something happen there on the high side. Check, that's a 59 Man, just a couple of warrior cars getting into each other, and that's a tough break when you get into it with your teammate. Big damage there, it looks like, on the 42 car. So I imagine if that quick repair hasn't been used yet in the 42 camp, you can bet they're more than likely going to come back on down. You can see Bobby Anderson still trying to catch up with the pace car, I believe, as they come out of turn number 4. Not quite under pace speed just yet, but a big track here, 2.66 miles around this super speedway. It's going to take a minute for these guys to get up to the pace car here. So there's a pace car coming into turn 3. So another opportunity here at Talladega to get these guys some tires and some fuel. We'll see who comes down pit road here on lap number 45. Bobby Anderson still holding on to the lead in the 18 car, and he's holding on to that Dr. Race Chaser. Big gain bonus there, 21 spots gained from where he qualified. Wesley Hogue up on the outside in second there in that 38 car. Kevin West up in the mix, Alan Giffen, Don Ashton, the top 5, John Ballou, Leon Keniston, Michael Hicks, Jax Duval, Jared Bolliard, the top 10 as they run. And as you can see there on your screen, we're lined up 2 by 2. Ready to rock and roll here once again. 33 laps to go here at Talladega. bshow.info bringing us a little bit of action here at Talladega Super Speedway. We made mention Dr. Race Chaser Kyle Young is shooting a couple of bucks into the pot here for the biggest movers of the race. Last week's winner said, you know what, we're going to double it up. We're going to let it ride. We're going to do a little bit double action here tonight. 20 bucks going to the winner here for the biggest mover of the race. And right now, it's Bobby Anderson in the 18 car with 21 spots gained so far on the evening. I want to thank again everybody for tuning in live all over the internet, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Give us a like, a subscribe, a share. Let your friends and family know you're watching a little bit of iRacing action here on a Tuesday night. Kartplex iRacing Winter Series coming up after this one. RBR Maritime Group, Tim's Corner Motorsports tomorrow night. NAP returns to us live Thursday night from the New Smyrna Speedway, the virtual New Smyrna Speedway. That's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Getting ready to go here once again, though. Going to take that green flag and cross the stripe to start. Lap number 48. There's a good jump there on the high side from Wes Hogue in that 38 car. Kevin West in a 17 right on his back bumper. And there's a couple of cars that are going to try and get hooked up and try and get some momentum rolling in that high groove. And we'll see what happens with that 38. Anderson down on the bottom side. Giffen right on his back bumper in the 29. John Ballou, and the number 9 car, multiple wins this season. He's holding on to it. He wants to get himself another victory, just to let everybody know that he means business. He wants that championship belt here. He wants to win the playoffs. He wants to get in and get that championship belt and get all the bragging rights here in the Liberty Racing League. Great racing action here on the Super Speedways on a Tuesday night. Wouldn't find it anywhere else other than Main TV. Right here is the driver's thunder run by the Gopher Cam. Beautiful track cameras, trackcams22.com. Check those out. iRacing custom cameras. We use them all the time here at Main TV. Beautiful shots all the way around these big old ovals. You can see that top side making a little magic happen now. 4 cars, now 5 cars. Bolliard jumps up and joins the mix in that number 97 Toyota. As Wes Hogue jumps down to the bottom side. He's got enough speed, enough juice to get up and around the 18 car of Anderson. Hogue back to the point, and we've seen this happen time and time and time again. Rowdy Wesley Hogue, hungry, wants to win in his own league. He is the big boss man here at Liberty Racing League. Has not won a race this season. We've talked to him. He's pretty comfortable with the points position. He is more than confident he's going to be able to points into the playoffs here with a couple of multiple winners in the field. But man, oh man, he wants to get himself a victory. Wants to do it the hard way. And in 30 laps, we're going to find out if that is in fact going to happen. Kevin West leading that middle groove. 2 cars in behind him. John Ballou, multiple race winner this season, up on the high side. He's got Jared Bolliard right up with him. And you can see this is where the mixing and matching starts to kind of pay off. Ooh, car down to the bottom side. Keniston down below the yellow. Looks like a 1-car incident. Hard contact in the inside wall. Big time wall. Going to drift back up into the racing groove, but there's nobody there, so the green flag is going to stay out as long as he can get that car rolling, and indeed he does. 933 hard into the inside, safe for barrier. We're still racing, though. Green flag up in the front. Rowdy Wesley Hogue holding on to the lead. 3 wide for second in behind him. 3 wide for third, fourth. 3 rows deep, it looks like. 38 car holding on to the mayhem here. Less than 30 laps to go. Three-wide waiver racing here at its finest at Talladega Super Speedway. And man, oh man, just taking a look at timing and scoring. 26 cars still up in this lead group. You can see kind of broken up just a little bit. It's a little smaller second group there, but still within striking distance of this main pack. And that's something we really got to keep an eye on. We've got to keep a focus on here. We've seen some late race incidents up towards the front that some of the leaders will, in fact, get taken out or take each other out. And somebody 8th, 9th, 10th place on back could very well win on the last lap. So we've got to keep that in mind as well. But, man, take a peek at a 38 car. Very, very strong in that machine. Wes Hogue holding on to the lead. Bobby Anderson right in behind him. Giffen in the 29 car leading that second line. He's got Kevin West right on his back bumper. John Ballou in the 9 car all the way up on the high side has former Vinane Racing Super Speedway champion Jarrett Bolliard. He's got one of those wrestling style championship belts in that 97 car. Well, he may not have it in the car with him. Well, you know what? He might have it in it with him. He might have it. That's a pretty cool championship trophy. I would carry that around with me for sure. But all the way up on the high side, trying to make it work. Doesn't quite look like they've got enough momentum, though. You can see there's 4 or 5 cars hooked up in the middle groove, and everybody else is pretty much kind of tailed in there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Keep in mind, going to have to make at least one more pit stop. I think just one more pit stop here on fuel to be sure they've got enough of that virtual Sunoco race juice to get to the end of this one. 38 car holding strong down on the bottom side. .25 laps to go here at Talladega. You can see kind of too wide throughout the field, but a couple of drivers up in that high grove keep trying to take a peek out nose. Taking a peek up on that high side, trying to get a little bit of air on that nose. You saw that look going down into turn number 3. See if we can maybe see it here on board with the 97 car of Jarrett Bolliard. You can see this still has a little bit of cloud cover on the racetrack. 97 car, or check that, that's going to be Don Ashton in the 52 car, back in at the 14th position, holding on to pretty well. You can see a little bit of glare there in turn 4, but definitely not as bad as we made it out to be here on the broadcast earlier on, but that may very well have been earlier on as well. It could have been an issue. As you can see up front, Kevin West in the 17 holding on to it as they cross the stripe. Giffen in the 29 holding the top side. Going to see if he can maybe hold on. Well, check that. It's the middle group now. John Ballou in the 9 car going to go all the way up to the high side and see if he can maybe pull a couple of cars there with him. Looks like Jarrett Bolliard wanted to maybe take a peek, try and get up there. Not quite enough room, though. Kevin West going to hold on to it. The 38 of Wes Hogue. And behind, he's got the 18 of Bobby Anderson there. as well. And you can see the 9 car kind of almost getting freight train, slides on in front of the 52 car on that high groove. And going to go back to the drawing board on this one, 24 laps to go. Two-car breakaway. You can see big push for the 38 Hogue. He's all over the back bumper of West, trying to get themselves away from it all. The 18 and the 84 down on pit road with 22 laps to go. They are going to top off the fuel tanks and get back out on track as quickly as possible. And that tells me that we're going to see some more green flag pit stops here. Drivers doing a little bit of short pit action. You can see just fuel in that 18 car as they, I believe, are going to be able to stay on the lead lap. Indeed they are, because these guys are back in the back straightaway going into turn number 3. And you can see that high line is kind of dissipated. We're going to see a whole bunch of drivers get ready to make that peel off, I think, here, and take a look down on pit road. 22 laps to go. These guys know they can make it. About 25 laps or so on fuel, so we'll see who's going to peel off here. Going to force the issue. It looks like everybody's staying out on track this time by, but you can see just how sorted out everything is. Everybody down on the bottom side. 21 laps to go here. And when do you come down here at this point? Got to keep in mind we do have opportunities to have some green-white checkered attempts, some green-white checkered finishes here. So do you gamble? Do you come down early and maybe only use just a little bit of fuel to top the car up, or do you come down a couple of laps in and make sure that you've got enough? And it's tough because these drivers all have differing strategies throughout this one. Lots of different teams throughout the Liberty Racing roster here as well. A couple of teammates up in 1 and 2, West in the 17 and Hogue in the 38. 1 and 2, they come out of turns at 3 and 4. Little blinky blink there for the 38. Gets everything back up to it, and it looks like they're going to drive on by the entrance of pit road once again. So a couple of drivers, the 84 of Jax Duvall, Bobby Anderson there right in front of him in the 18 car. They're going to kind of chance it a little bit, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to have enough to stay kind of up within the drafting speed with two cars here compared to this pack up in the front, and we'll see what happens. Everybody else going to have to come down pit road one more time, and you can see everybody lined up right on that double yellow line on the bottom of the racetrack all the way throughout the field here of the front runners. So you can bet we're going to get a little green flag pit stop action coming up here momentarily. Wes jumping up to the high side. I think he was just trying to cool that car down a little bit, getting some air on the nose of the car, driving past the entrance of pit road once again here. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes down with these pit stops. One more stop coming. Are these guys going to come down and maybe take a little green flag gamble, or are we going to see maybe a late race caution here at Talladega? Anything can happen here on Verdane TV, and anything can happen here in the Verdane or in the Liberty Racing League for sure. Giving up that track position to come down pit road here with 16 laps to go. The leader's coming down. The 29 car sliding to a stop. 52 going to come on down here as well. Kevin West, Wes Hogue, Don Ashton, Gerald, McClellan, Rogers, Bulliard, all these drivers down on pit road for the final time here this evening. There you can see Lasowski and a handful of other drivers already down on pit road and away. They're going to drive back through the field here as everybody else comes back down pit road. The 59 car of Darren Mack going to inherit the lead as we see here Michael Hicks right in behind him, Jason Foskey in the 3 car there as well. And you can see the 59 going to stay out on track for another lap. Michael Hicks going to come down in the 76 car to pits and get some service. 3 car of Foskey more than likely going to join him there as well. But how about it? The 59 car, Darren Mack, all by his lonesome here. And we can take a peek here. There's a handful of drivers that have come out. This is 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Floyd, Dirtstock, Watts, Lasowski all up in the mix. They've got another batch of cars, 5-6 cars here, all hooked up. Mara, Seabrings, English, Overstreet, John Ballou a little bit further on back in this third pack. So this is going to be interesting here with 15 laps to go. A couple of one great big pack kind of breaking everything down into 3 or 4 mini packs. And we'll see who gets hooked up, who's going to be able to draft up to the front once again, and keep an eye on the 1738 duo. Those guys know how to get hooked up and get themselves up to the speed there. They see the 76 of Michael Hicks rejoin without a drafting partner. So that is a tough break. 59 car staying out on track once again. Mack going to lead this lap, crossing the stripe here. 13 laps to go. Darren Mack has himself a little bit of drafting help now in the lap car. The 28 car, I believe, passing through. Caution flag flies. We'll take a peek at what's going down there. You can see Foskey turned in around. That's over by the exit of pit road, I believe. Caution flag going to fly here. This breaks everything up and going to get them all restacked, re-racked once again. But man, oh man, let's take a peek here at that U-House Racing Design instant replay. Find out what went down. And we got to pull up here on the U-House Racing Design Instant Replay. Take a peek at it here as we come out of turn 3 and 4. Focus in on that bottom side of 54, the 3 car around. And you see the 83 got a little piece of the action as well. See if we can back that up one more time. Take another shot at it. It looks like 54 trying to come down in front of potentially the 3 car here, but not quite clear. There's a huge run from the 95 car. Big run from the 3 car as well. Slate race getting into it here at this point. A couple of drivers going for the same piece of real estate late on in this one. Does he get it slowed up? Big time tap there for Foskey on that inside save for barrier, but he grabs the gear, gets that thing going, and probably going to come down pit road, get that thing taken care of. Darren Mack going to give up the lead as is the 49 car of TJ Floyd, going to give up second. Durstock down on pit road. Lasowski there as well. Handful of drivers, about half the drivers coming down pit road here to get some service and get lined up, get ready to rock and roll here, getting ready to get down to it. 12 laps to go here at Talladega. Line up 2x2 once again here in this one. You can see the lights are off atop the iRacing pace car. 95 car mare down on the bottom side. Sebrin's up in the top 5 for the first time this evening. Running in second. Anthony English up in the top 3. David Overstreet on Baloo up in the mix. Kevin West, Alex Giffen, Wes Hogue, Michael Hicks, and Jax Duval going to round out the top 10 here. Lined up 2x2. Going to get that restart with 9 laps to go. We saw last week big time green flag run, almost 60 laps of a green flag run, and then peppered in were a bunch of yellow flags at the end of the race. Had ourselves a handful of those green, white checkered finishes, or attempts rather, and this very well could be one of the same incidences. There you see the iRacing pace car going to jump on down to the bottom. Got a new glass of tea. We're all set to ready to rock and roll here for the final 10 laps, and then the Turn 4 podcast post-race show. Going to talk to the top 3 drivers in this one, and then on to Kartplex, little Lime Rock action in the Miatas coming up at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time here tonight. Before we get there, though, gotta get the checkered flag here in this one. bshow.info bringing us 80 laps here at Talladega. 70 down, 10 to go, 9 to go. Crossing the stripe, Mayer in the 95 car. Going to hold on to the lead. He's going to get out in front by about a car length, 2, maybe 3. Not the best spot to be, though, at a super speedway. You can see 3 cars up on the high side. Behind the back bumper of Sebrin's in the 4, the 46 car up in the mix as well. You can see he's going to try and get a little action up in the top. David Overstreet making it happen. Blue down on the bottom side, gets back up, didn't advance the position. Still okay there in that ride. He's tucked right into the 44 car. Going to try and move on up towards the field. You can see Kevin West in the 17 car up on the high side. West Hogue in the 38 looking, peeking up around that high side all the way around the top side there as well. There's 26 cars up in this main pack, all lined up 2 by 2 all the way through. 26 cars that could legitimately win this race here at Talladega. We've seen some crazy things happen here in the Liberty Racing League, and Mayer in the 95 car doing everything he can to make sure that all of the craziness is in his rear view mirror. Down the bottom side, holding on to the lead. Got the 44 car of English on his back bumper. Little Mountain Dew gang up in the mix. You can see the 95 going to drift on up in front of the Yeti machine, the number 4 car of Sebrin's in the middle groove, and try and pull that line up just a little bit because you can see the momentum is all the way up on the high side. The 17 and the 38 half hooked up. Kevin West leading the high line. The 38 car right up in behind him. We're 3 by 3. We're about 10 rows deep here at Liberty Racing League at Talladega. This is why we stay up late on Tuesday nights. Great action here throughout the field, and you can see that middle groove has the momentum. The 95 of Mayer holding on to it, keeping all that mayhem in his rear view mirror, really doing a great job of commanding this race. Car up into the outside wall. There's smoke. Usually where there's smoke, there's fire, but it looks like we gather it back up. Everything is indeed A-OK. You can see Laskowski in the 83 trying to see where his move's going to be here in the late going of this one. Drivers snaking for position. High line, low line, middle line, anywhere in between, anywhere they can get a draft, anywhere they can get a little bit closer to the front and get closer to the back bumper of the 95 car. Our leader, Mayer, in that machine down on the bottom side. You can see a lot of these drivers taking a peek up on the high side, trying to get some air on the front of the car and seeing if they can maybe make a little magic happen on that high side. We're starting to see a lot of red and black in the back, middle of the pack, on back, those Warrior cars trying to get themselves lined up. You can see they're slowly, 99 car around, pointed up the outside wall, 6 laps to go, caution flag flies. Lots of cars involved in this one, lots of cars down in the grass. There you see the 38 car of Wes Hogue getting a piece of the action, doing his best little drifty drift action down there in the lawn. We'll back up the U-House Racing Design instant replay and take a peek, find out why it is that we're under caution here with 6 laps to go. And this is one of those deals here where lots of drivers kind of taking up the same pieces of real estate here and focus in from the blimp. You can see 3 wide there for 3-4 rows. And it looks like a little bit of contact as they get into one. We're taking a peek. There's the contact between the 5 and the 99. It looks like a couple of cars involved. 42, 17 of West involved in there. Wes Hogue does a phenomenal job going all the way down to that safer barrier, down on the inside, holding on to it, drifting around, getting a little dirt on the tires, but a little mud on the tires. Is that country song? But he gets back onto the track, rejoins the field, lost a whole bunch of track position, but no damage on that car. 5 to go. Going to get that restart with 3 laps to go as these drivers race around the racetrack, and they're going to come up and catch that pace car, and we're going to get ourselves lined up once again. A little green, white checkered finish here on a Tuesday night on Vidane TV. And this is going to be interesting to see if anybody's going to come down, maybe potentially top off on pit road. See if they need a little bit more fuel to get to the end of this one. We did see Anderson and a couple of other drivers elect to come down pit road a little bit earlier, with about 22 laps to go here. Not maybe factoring in these green white checkered attempts. Wes Hogue going to come down pit road already a little bit further on back in the pack. Figure, hey, may as well come down, get some tires, get some fuel, get that thing all sorted out. Foskey in the 3 car, same for him. He's got some damage though on that 3 car that he's going to try and get beaten and banged out. Kevin West going to join the party there on pit road. The Oreo machine coming to a slide in his stop. Carpenter down there as well. Bollier going to get some service. You can see a little bit of damage there on the 97 Toyota, the 54 of David Watts. A lot of Carpenter or Warrior machines down here tore up in that incident. Matt Swope down here, Elliott Swope in the 42, the 54. You can see down and away. Michael Rogers in the 99, missing the front clip on that car. So a lot of damaged race cars. And take a look at this, back up to the lead, towards the lead rather. We're seeing some drivers down on the apron. And what that tells me is they're trying to save as much fuel as they can. They're down there shutting the cars off. So at the very least, with the green-white checkered attempt, number 1, these drivers have fuel mileage in the back of their mind. You can see lights still on the pace car. We're still lined up single file going around at Talladega Super Speedway. Relatively clean race here tonight. bshow.info giving us 80 laps here at Talladega in the Liberty Racing Super Speedway Series. And man, great to have these guys back on Tuesday nights. Exciting action all season long. Show your support with this Liberty Racing League. Go check out Verdane.net. We've got Liberty Racing t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, tank tops, shorts, all sorts of cool stuff over in Verdane.net. You can also check out the Rent Race Car merch, Verdane TV merch, Angry Tree Guy, all sorts of cool stuff over there. Use that promo code LIBERTY, LIBERTY. Get yourself 10% off at checkout, and it really helps us out in a big way here at Verdane TV. And if you like what you see, make sure you tip the bartender. Tip.verdane.net. Always appreciate anything in that old tip jar. Take it out, add it all up, and maybe get a little Grubhub after this. Get some Wendy's or something. They don't sponsor us, but they should. That'd be kind of cool. We should get a fast food sponsorship. I think that'd be pretty okay. We'll have to talk to the folks in the marketing department. See if we can get that hooked up. 180 cents. Coming out of turn number 2, making a parade down this back straightaway, 2x2, all the way through. How about the 95 car mare on the bottom side? Sebrins up on the high side. Overstreet English, Ashton going to be the top 5. Duval in the 84 car. Durstock, Hicks, Lasowski, and Ballou going to be the top 10 when we take the restart. I'll tell you right now, folks, that is not going to be the top 10 when we take the checkered flag. We'll see if we can make it here in these 2 laps. We'll see if we're going to get ourselves a couple attempts here at the green-white checkered finish. Two by two all the way through. A couple of war-torn race cars towards the back of the pack. Relatively clean race, but we've still had ourselves a handful of incidents under the 5th caution here with 3 laps to go. There goes the pace car, going to make that left-hand turn, going to go down to the safety of pit road for potentially, allegedly, the very last time here at Talladega. And you can see Everybody getting ready to rock and roll. They're waiting for the sign, the green flag from Barney in the flag stand all the way down here at the end of the front straightaway. The 95 down on the bottom side. The Yeti number 4 up on the high side. Caught that high side sleeping mare. Great restart down on the bottom side. He's got Overstreet right in behind in the 46 car. Going to try and push him all the way around this racetrack for 2 full laps. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go. Two-car breakaway, the 95 and the 46 doing everything they can to try and get away from the field. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to get away too far ahead. These drivers know how the draft works. They're going to try and get the momentum on their side. 95 down the bottom side. Sebring's in the 4, in the middle groove. How about that guy all the way up on the high side? Multiple race winners so far this season. Blue in that 9 car, trying to take it high, wide, and handsome. Has a little bit of help now. One of the Warrior cars jumping on board, but does he have enough momentum to make anything happen with the bottom, with the middle? White flag, white rag. We are going to finish this race, whether it's green flag or the caution that pulls out, or the checkered flag rather, that pulls out all the stops. The 95 car holding on to the lead right now. Big push from the Tilted Kill Busch car in behind the 46 of Overstreet. Sebring's up on the high side, doing everything he can to try and hold on. Big push from English in the 44 car. Hicks in the 76 is there as well. Duvall in the 84 trying to make a little magic happen. All the way up on the high side is that 52 car. 46, little bit of a bobble there as they come out of turn 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead up in the front. You can see everybody fanning on out, trying to get the best possible position that they can. Wrecking across the line, not even to the line. That's the dog leg, the 4 car of Sebring's coming across the line. First, the 44 of English right in behind him. Meyer from the lead, going to finish in a 3rd. And there you can see they're wrecking across the line, wrecking in turns 3 and 4. They're wrecking all over the heckin' place. But how about that? Sebring's in that 4 car, 17 spots gained. I think that right there qualifies him for a big old payday. We'll see if we can take a peek at the grid. Well, I guess we can't take a peek at. We'll take a look at the qualifying times. And we will see what the 4 car qualified in as. There you see it. Qualified P18, took a time, and has gained the most spots here this evening. So it looks like Sebring's going to take that Dr. Race Chaser bonus, a little $20 in the pocket, and going to come home with the victory here as well. And we'll take a peek at the running order. We're going to talk to those top 3 drivers here as well on the Turn 4 podcast post-race show, and we'll get the top 3 hooked up here. But there you see it. Rick Sebring's winning the race. Anthony English in the 44 car going to finish P2. James Mayer in 3rd. Another good points night for Wes Hogue. He's going to finish in 4th. David Overstreet there in 5th. Hicks, West Duvall, Durstock, Carpenter, the top 10. And we'll see if we can get a little booth-to-car communication with our Victor down in victory lane. Rick Sebring's in the 4 car. Crazy finish, crazy fast car with that number 4 Yeti machine. And man, oh man, it's burning him down there on that start-finish line with that burnout. Talk to us, man. Congratulations.
How about that, man? What a cool night, man. Congrats to this whole team, man. We did great. And some good pit stops, good communication. We was we was kind of all over the place out here. We really didn't know what the heck we was doing. We were a man down. We were missing our team leader, Mark Mann, tonight, and I know he's on vacation, and hopefully he's tuning in tonight. And we miss him, and we definitely could have used him tonight for sure. But I know he's enjoying a vacation, and a well-earned vacation too. But yeah, super fortunate to come home tonight, get locked into the chase. Our season hasn't been ideal, but tonight makes up for a lot of that. We're going to get locked in now, and we can start getting ready to start racing for that belt.
100%. We saw Mark Mann was actually tuned in on the YouTube page about mid-race. His goal, he wanted a green flag pit stop. Didn't think he was going to come home with a teammate in victory lane here tonight. So that's a pretty cool little surprise. Shout out to Mark Mann. Hard-earned vacation here. Always good to kind of take a break, but a great finish here. Coming home with the win. Coming home with the most spots gained here as well. 17 spots from that 18th position where you qualify. Not the best qualifying effort, but hey, that's $20 in the pocket from Dr. Race Chaser with the biggest mover, biggest gainer award, jumping on board with that and getting it doubled up from last week. So congratulations on that as well.
Yeah, I can't thank those guys enough. Huge sponsor over here, and it's great to have them on board. Having great partners like them is what sets this series apart from all them other leagues and makes this series one of those premier series that everybody wants to be a part of. And like you said, we captured the Hard Charger Award, but more importantly, we got that beef jerky too.
Oh, absolutely. And you get that's one of the rules is you got to split it with us up here in the booth when you get it.
That's you're about the fourth person that said that. So maybe I'll get a slice of it. I hope.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Speaking of sponsors, partners, who else makes it happen here, Rick, for that virtual fork team?
Yeah, can't thank Yeti enough. Alliance Motorsports, Anthony English for working super hard back there. Checker Flag Motorsports for letting David Overstreet come over here and moonlight with us on Tuesdays, man. We love working with him. And again, Mark, man, we missed you tonight. Can't wait for you to be back next week. And all the fans at home watching.
Absolutely putting on one hell of a show here for us on a Tuesday night. And coming home with a victory, coming home with some jerky, a little bit of money in the pocket, and letting it roll on into the championship playoffs coming up here in a couple weeks' time. Rick, congratulations, man. Go celebrate.
We love it, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
100%. And one of the cats still out on track, doing a little donut action as well. The 44 car of Anthony English here on the Turn 4 podcast post-race show. Anthony, great run. Crazy finish, man. Talk to us about that finish.
Oh, man. Well, it was pretty wild. I was just trying to keep it cool, stay behind Rick, just give him a good push there. We only had those 2 last laps on the green flag, so it wasn't too hard to worry about much when it came to like heat management. So like the first get up to lap, I just tried to keep him there next to Jim and to David, and then that last lap, I hooked up to his back bumper, and then I just didn't let go. So they had a run. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy paying attention to Rick's bumper.
Yeah, it's crazy to see Alliance Motorsports 1, 2, 3 here tonight. Boss man out on vacation, and you got your teammates in front of and behind you still doing some burnouts on track. We're watching the kind of slow motion feed here. We like to make these burnouts last just a little bit. But, man, Mountain Dew game fuel on and all over the car. I'm sure there's a lot of it inside the driver as well. Who else makes it happen here for you to get you to and from the virtual racetrack in that 44 car?
Well, just putting in the time, putting in the grit. We've been around the block quite a bit, so we know different ways to do things to try to get where we need to be. So we just do what we got to do. We see how the racing's going, and we pick and choose our strat from there, and then you just execute. And we did pretty good tonight. We stayed out of all the trouble and got a good early pit stop. Was able to get in front before caution came out, and we just held the position from there. So it was a good team run. Like Rick said, we missed Mark. This is for you, Mark. He missed a good one, but always next week, and we'll try to do it again.
100% oozing with confidence in this Alliance Motorsports group. You gotta love it. Congratulations, Anthony. Second place here at Talladega.
Thank you, man.
And parked right next to him, actually still doing some burnouts of his own. James Mary, you led some laps here in that 99 Valvoline machine, and very strong showing you're getting ready to make a run for these playoffs here, getting ready to run for that championship belt, and you got yourself a lot of good teammates, a lot of confident teammates, and seems like momentum's on the high side here with Alliance Motorsports. Talk to us about that finish.
Yeah, it was a good run. I blew an engine there early. I thought I was doing pretty good keeping it cool, and so that was kind of a strange engine failure there early. But then from there, just try to keep it clean. And once we get up front, you hope to just get some luck to stay up there and not get caught in a mess if it happens, when it happens. But yeah, they got a good team here. Real life, my work schedule changed, so I don't get to race all the races here on Tuesday. So happy to come out and happy to help them get up front here and get the win for Rick.
1, 2, and 3 for Alliance Motorsports, and you can see all 3 of those drivers parking for the benefits of those with flash photography there on the start-finish line, getting it all lined up. Who makes it happen here for you, James?
Yeah, of course. Like Anthony said, put the time in with these guys. The guys at Alliance Motorsports. Like you said, we're missing Mark. They keep it fun. They keep iRacing fun. Of course, the guys here at Liberty Racing and bshow.info for sponsoring the league here a little bit, and for you guys up in the booth making the show happen, and everybody that's coming out to watch.
Absolutely. Putting on one hell of a show here for us on a Tuesday night, live on Vidane TV. James, you got some celebrating to do with the teammates. Congratulations, man. Good run here tonight.
Yep, thanks.
100%. And, man, that's going to wrap things up here for us. Liberty Racing League at Talladega, in and out. 80 laps just like that. And these guys definitely putting on one heck of a show again here for us. Going to take ourselves a little bit of a break ski here at Vidane TV, but in about 45 minutes or so, we go live once again. The Kartplex Canadian iRacing Winter Series coming back at us in the Mazda Miatas. They're running Lime Rock Park here tonight. No caution flags, 5 quick repairs. Going to be a whole lot of fun to check that out. Tomorrow night, special start time for Tim's Corner Motorsports Corner Live with Dylan Langile and myself. Timmy is off doing Timmy things tomorrow night, so left the keys to the studio to Dylan and myself, and that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. RBR Maritime up tomorrow night, and NEP Night in America on a Thursday night. We'll catch you on the flip side here at Vidane TV, and when we do, we are going to be doing it live.